Or Beatrice, what do you think? Why is the quit rate for women twice as high than it is for men?
22-week career accelerators.
Maybe Yolanda?
Yes, maybe just because women have more ideas or innovative or creative, and they are more like pay attention to their business, and of course they like communication. Is that what you want? And answer the questions?
So I was asking, why do you feel that the quit rate of women is twice as high than it is for men? What are
Oh,
some of the
quit rate.
issues?
The quit
Quit
rate.
rate,
Okay.
yes.
Maybe they have other things to care, like they have the families, and they have like just something to spread their attention, and I think there are lots of like the social situation, the atmosphere to limit them. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think you're actually right. I think there's a lot of situations that happen in the lives of women that kind of I wouldn't say distract, but I would just say disrupts the flow of their career path. And I think that the way that society is set up is that when women have to address these issues, or most of the time, women are the ones seen as the ones who have to address these issues, that they have to put their dreams and lifestyles on hold, where it's not expected for men to do the same thing. And so these are some of the contributing factors when it comes to inclusion and diversity, the conversation around that. We have to acknowledge those differences in social roles that can basically widen that gender gap when it comes to presence and opportunity in the career world, whatever your career is. All right, so now that we have up the slide deck, we're going to just kick everything off. So welcome to Startup Weekend. Today is your virtual breakfast. It is a little after 10 a.m. I hope you guys got some good rest. I'm one of your facilitators, LeBeau Colbert. I am the CEO of LeBeau Labs. And then we also have Grant Carlisle.
Morning.
Good morning. So we're going to just quickly run through a few things just for those people who missed yesterday or just tuning in. Grant, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Startup Weekend?
Yeah, Startup Weekend is a 54-hour sprint, and we practice the tenets of entrepreneurship. It's one of 3 programs that Techstars puts on. The others are Startup Week and Startup Digest. And Techstars is the global network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. So Startup Weekends are a fun way to practice entrepreneurship, grow your network, and share skills. So glad everyone's here again this morning, come back from last night. Good morning.
Awesome. Thank you, Grant. And on the next slide, he'll tell us about the code of conduct.
We also want to remind everyone that this is a safe space, inclusive space, and in being so, we ask you to practice the improv method of yes and, building on ideas. If someone has an idea, you say, yes, we can do that, and we have this constraint, or yes, we can do that, and we have to abide by those restrictions. So it's always a yes and building, and then what you end up with is a framework that lays out a strategy over time. So what we call a runway. So you just lay those things out over time. And in your presentation tomorrow, you'll be giving your presentations tomorrow. It's very helpful for the judges to hear the core of your ideas. And then if you're going to take that core into a new sector or that core into a new customer segment, you do that after. And the way you have all those options for after is by using the yes and method, and then you strategize over time. So let's build together and help us create a safe space.
Awesome. Next slide. All right, so once again, our theme this weekend is celebrating women in tech. So it's so awesome that yesterday, everyone who moved forward is a woman in tech. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So of course, men are welcome, but we just wanted to celebrate women and really encourage women in the DFW and let them know we see you, we're proud of you, and keep it going. All right, next slide. All right. Grant, tell us about the roles of the coaches.
Coaches are here this weekend to help the teams. You guys met them last night, and so today they'll be around to help you do what you're doing.
Awesome. Make sure that if you haven't already, schedule with your coach. And I just wanted to point out some of those coaches. We have David Galaviz, Angela Kakali, Dr. Tyson McMillan, and Holly Burrow. Holly Burrow is from People Fund. Even though she's working with one exclusive team, you guys, if you are interested in getting funding for your idea, even if you're not participating, Holly Burrow can let you know all about People Fund's non-traditional loaning system. They lower barriers for startup entrepreneurs to get the first $15,000 to $25,000 that they need to get the ball rolling. So she's awesome. So make sure you reach out to her for sure. Next slide. And the judges, Nia Dillon of Innovative Campaigns is actually out of New Orleans. Deidre Kindred, she won Startup Weekend 2 years ago with her idea, Your Nurse Advocates. And she's so awesome. She is a lead organizer on the Fort Worth Women Cups. We all know and love her on our team. She's actually one of our customers, and I was one of her customers. And so her service, Your Nurse Advocates, is a success story as well. And I believe it's going to be huge someday. And then also we have Bentley Davis, who's a judge. He's kind of like the startup guru. And so if you need any information on how, like after this, how to really pursue your startup, even if you don't win the first prize, definitely let David or Bentley know, because they can help you. They are kind of like the who's who in the Dallas startup community. All right, and next slide. Grant, tell us about the judges' criteria, just so we can have that in our minds before they start making those slide decks today.
All right, so this is the kind of information you really need this morning today. You really need to be focused in and lasered in, because today you're going to go out and grab a lot of information. If you've ever done design thinking, you do divergent and then convergent thinking. And when you do that multiple times, that's called iteration. So you'll do lots of iterations. You'll get a whole bunch of information, and then you'll just parse back to the stuff you need. And then you'll get more information, and then you only use what you need. So we want you to do that a whole bunch of times. And then as you're doing it, it's easy to get lost over in left field because you're out there getting information, or you're building, or you're putting down your narrative. Just use these three things to reset yourself in that convergent stage. Make sure that you are, oh, these are the different ones. So the validation is the first one. So you want to make sure that the validation of other people is what you're using to tell your narrative. So validation because the market says so, because research says so, because you did a survey and that response says so, or because you actually spoke with a potential customer and they said so. So that validation piece is going to be one of the three pieces. The execution and design is just, what do you do? So have you clearly explained, this was my example last night, we are an ice cream shop and you can buy ice cream from us. We take the ice cream and put it in a nice little cup, and then we hand it to you, and then you consume the ice cream. Versus you are a dairy farm and you make ice cream, or you're a distributor, right? Just clearly tell us what you are. If you're a website or a platform, right, or a newfangled Airbnb, Make sure you show us that. But like I warned you last night, don't spend your day today coding a website. Just show us. Make it kind of like a Wizard of Oz. So make sure that we understand and can see it. You don't have to have coded it this weekend. The judges just need to understand what you do. And then the last one is the business model. So the business model is how you make money. So whether you're making a product or a service, you're either going to probably have like a membership. You're going to pay per item they get or service you give, or some hybrid of the two in some way. You're going to get some monthly thing with an add-on or a contract over time. Just make sure that the judges understand how you and your business make money. So validation, execution, design, and business model. Those are the three criteria that the judges are going to get on their rubric. And so that's what you should focus on today.
Awesome, awesome. So he kind of went through that one already. Let's skip that one. He already kind of said that. Let's go to the next one. And yeah, let them know what's happening Sunday, just so we can be clear.
So just a reminder, tomorrow, Sunday, you'll be giving your presentations in front of the judges. You'll have 5 minutes to pitch and a 3-minute Q&A. And during your 5 minutes, you should tell the narrative. Everything I just said, they should know. And so the Q&A follow-up should be clarification or unpacking the things you said.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Big thanks to our global sponsors, Google for Startups and GoDaddy. If you want to do the Google for Startups, the link should be in your email, and GoDaddy code as well. You get a free domain as long as you register by Thursday following this weekend. And the Google for Startups is $300 of cloud credit, Google Cloud credit.
Awesome. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. And I just wanted to point out the local sponsors again: Founders Institute, Incon, J Sage Production, the NTEETC, Code Up, and the Cookie Crave. Thank you all for doing what you do and making sure that we had some nice prizes this year. We appreciate all of your gifts, and definitely check into our sponsors. They wanted to give you guys something that you can walk away with to make this more memorable. So have a look at them. Go to their websites and also their Instagrams to see what they're all about. They all have something great going on. Let's go to the next. All right, so the breakout rooms today. So just to let you guys know, you can use our Zoom platform. If you have your own Zoom, use your own Zoom. If you want to use Google Teams or whatever you want to use, you can use Facebook Messenger, however is best for you. But if you would like to use our Zoom platforms, all you have to do is let Locke know in the Slack. He will, I don't know if Locke is on right now, but he is in the Slack, and you can tag him as LOC, Locke Nguyen, and let him know that you need a link, and he will arrange it for the time and send you the invite for it that you can send out to your team. So that's how that's going to go today. You can use the...
Sorry. Je t'ai envoyé les détails tout à l'heure, là, mais le
Mohammed, you're speaking French.
sujet au grand général, c'est surtout la jeunesse. C'est-à-dire, d'abord, c'est un peu en deux, trois parties.
I think Mohammed doesn't know that he was on here. It's okay. I'll let him know. He's going to laugh. But on Sunday, the judges will have a breakout room. So if you're a judge and you're watching right now, Sunday, after all of the pitches and after you've done asking questions of all the different teams, you will go into a breakout session and you'll be able to choose the winners and come back. You'll be given about 15, hopefully 15 minutes is good enough, 20 minutes at max to decide between the different teams, and we will send you a judging rubric so that you can have some things to judge by. I think a lot of you know how it goes, but I'll send that out just in case also. Did we skip one, or was that the next one?
It's the next one.
Oh, okay, awesome. All right. Okay, so post and share. This is all of our social media. So let people know that you are here, what you are doing. Definitely want you to share any, I don't know, just any excitement you have about being a part of this. So that would be awesome if you would do that. And then next slide. All right, so on the next steps, I'm going to let Grant tell you guys what is expected of today. Again, just to be clear.
Yeah, so today you're getting out, and after last night, hopefully you mind dumped on each other in the problem space. So in the problem space of an ice cream truck, do we offer a whole bunch of flavors, or is it 3 flavors and we offer it everywhere? What are our price points? You want to start to just explore and understand those. So if you mind dumped, or if you're going to do that this morning, put that over a business model canvas. And then each of you can start to take a different part of that canvas and go validate it. Find market research, find academic research on that area, do a competitive matrix, do a survey to potential customers, or talk one-on-one with potential customers. So at our startup weekend in April, I think I've done 12 since, and 2 startup weeks. One of the best surveys, since we're not literally in person, one person went on either their Instagram or their Facebook, and they went on live with the title, "Hey, come on, I'm doing a startup weekend. I need some customer feedback." And some people just jumped on, they talked with them. They were able to ask them the questions, and then their friends or family or colleagues left that live. That was an interesting way virtually to be able to connect with people and ask them the questions you need to know to get the validation. So that's an option. Of course, you can run a survey and post that to your social. You can definitely run a poll on stories. There are polls on LinkedIn stories as well. If you haven't leveraged that, that's kind of your professional network. So you could ask that there. So you're really getting feedback. And so test everything. Make sure that you have feedback for all the things you think you know. And all of a sudden what you're doing is, by getting that feedback, you're building your presentation for tomorrow. All the things that people say and the numbers, the quantitative and qualitative data you get today, that's helping you just build your story you're going to tell to the judges tomorrow. So as you work today, be thinking about the criteria and the narrative you're going to tell, and that'll just start to build throughout the day. And LeBeau later today will help you build out that presentation.
I surely will.
Lots of work.
Thank you, Grant. And you guys, make sure that you're checking your emails. There's some people that were saying they didn't see the link for today, but it did go out in email. So you guys make sure that you're checking your email. We try to send the emails and the Slack with the same information, because some people check Slack more than their email, or they email more than Slack. So we're sending both. So just make sure that you're watching that. All right, next slide. So you guys have fun today. And next slide. Now, this isn't optional, but if you would like to know what needs to go in your slide deck and get a lot of great tips on that, please stay, because I'm going to talk for 30 minutes or less on what to put in it. I'm going to have a format example as well if you don't know where to start, especially if you're giving presentations and you want to learn more about doing that more efficiently. And then also, even if you didn't participate and you have a business idea and you want to know how to present your business in a way that would attract investors, definitely stay on. After I leave, there's going to be a 10-minute message from Code Up, from Caitlin Studley Potter, but we are going to go into that now. However, if you have to leave, you can go ahead and leave. And I'm going to go ahead and start as soon as Sarah or Adela can pull up that next Canva for me. And while they're doing that, can I get some music, Grant?